good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time you're watching this video. So, welcome to the latest film from Narrowboat Natterings. Today we find ourselves on the beautiful Shropshire Union Canal. The star of the show in this particular film, I feel, are the bridges. We have seen some fantastic bridges, well worth a little bit of extra attention, I feel. So sit back and enjoy. So we immediately come upon Bridge 9. Simple but beautiful. Beautiful, I think, because it's surrounded by lovely, tall, lush green trees, and it always creates a lovely reflection in the water, giving an almost perfect circle when the water's so still. So Bridge 10 brought about a proper OMG moment. I mean, look at the splendour of this bridge. Absolutely stunning. Why would somebody go to such attention and effort to create just a crossing point of a canal? I tell you what, sod it, I'm getting off the boat. I need to look further. So, beautiful Bridge 10 on the Shropshire Union Canal. It's just, you think, wow, that's really ornate. And so we decided to get off the boat and have a little look. And we found a lovely sort of gladed, woody area full of birdsong. So I'm going to have a look. Just take a little trip up here because I've got a feeling this is going to take us to where we need to go. So you get on the boat and you're amazed at the beauty of what's around you as you're actually travelling along the cut, and you don't always think what's actually up there. So decided I'm going to have a look, and this is just bizarre, really, and beautiful and forgotten. Wow. So what's the history of this? I don't know. You'd have thought that might have said something at some point on there.
No, it says Sid and Kes.
It says Sid and Kes. Sid and Kes was here. But there's the cut down there. But it's just such an ornate bridge, all these balustrades and it goes right around the corner there, and it's just bizarre and beautiful. Look at that up there. Should I take a screenshot of that? Ooh, that's nice. Like an avenue. So birdsong today is beautiful. It's a beautiful misty spring morning. Look at the mist through there. Beautiful day. So yeah, sometimes when you just get off your boat and have a little look around, find amazing stuff. I'm going to go and try and find out what this bridge is all about, and I'll probably bore you with it later. So here's some info on Bridge 10. It connects a lower avenue of trees with an upper avenue of trees which lead to Chillington Hall. So Chillington Hall, there's been a property on that estate which is to the west of the canal since the 12th century, and it belongs to the Gifford family and still does to this day. So hence why it is so ornate. Indeed, it was Peter Gifford in the 1700s who planted the oak trees for the two avenues which were joined by Bridge 10. Lancelot Brown, better known as Capability Brown, also had a lot to do with the landscaping of the gardens and the lakes at Chillington Hall. I dare say he possibly had an input into Bridge 10. And Bridge 11, another one. Look at that reflection. Look at the arch. Look how tall the arch of this bridge is. Look at those iron, I don't know what they are, strengthening rods or something that are going through it. Just amazing. And again, surrounded by beautiful countryside. Bridge 12, simple, bold, a great arch, lovely reflection again, just fantastic. I mean, there's a picture there, isn't there, out the other side? It's a picture, you'd paint that. You know what I'm going to get excited about, don't you? It's another bridge, look at it, 13. Again, simple, bold, beautiful arch, beautiful reflection. I think it is probably more about the reflection and the way the greenery and the trees sort of surround these bridges. The whole thing, every one of them is an artist's dream. It's just beautiful. This is getting silly now because there's just another one. It's another big, bold, lovely arch bridge. I don't know, I mean, someone's left a bit of a scabby pipe there, and they could do with tidying up the rust on those bits of ironwork, but nevertheless, a great bridge. I mean, that bloke underneath, he likes it. Look at him, he's loving that, he is. All right, who's nicked the bridge? Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Mark, the YouTuber from Welldeck Diaries, and he's lost his drone. It came back to him eventually. Now this is a beautiful aqueduct over the A5, so the film will finish at this. When we've turned at the winding hole, we'll come back and I've got some interesting information on this. Into the lock at Wheaton Aston. At last, Mrs Longstone can get off her backside and do a bit of work. She's done nothing all morning. So Bridge 19, I mean, it's a lovely bridge, but I'm not going to get excited about that. What I'm going to talk to you about is immediately after the bridge on the left, you can moor up and you can get diesel from there. It doesn't seem to be anything apparently there. You can see the hose. You have to go up some steps and you find a lovely Aladdin's Cave treasure trove little shop. It's like something out of the 1940s. Great little stopping point. Now it's time for Lumpy to show you his winding skills into the winding hole just after Bridge 25 at high on. I think he manages about a 7-point turn. He'll get better. One day, he'll get better. He's still new to this game, you know. Why am I talking about myself in the third person? Like a 10-point turn in a 47-foot, 6-ton hunk of steel. There she is, Mrs Lobster. She's getting used to the controls now. It is a long straight section, but just gives her that feeling of getting used to it, correcting and over-correcting until it becomes natural. But she looks a natural. The hair tied up like a proper bargee. This is really beautiful through here. Shropshire Union Canal, really beautiful. I'll have me some more of this over the years, I'm sure. I'm going to voice over what I recorded on the day because it was rather quiet, but I certainly remember seeing this crane and this big hunk of steel banging off the side of this cabin. I know it's a new boat they're building, but that metal's still going to need a bit of work before they paint it if it keeps banging it like that. So here we are approaching the Stelton Aqueduct as promised earlier. This aqueduct means a lot to me because this is something I remember from my childhood, and it's potentially my earliest memory and what stirred a very early interest in the canals for me. I went to a school in Birmingham and we had a cottage in Wales, and this was the route. The M54 didn't exist then, and this was the route into Wales. And we were given sort of a questionnaire of things to look out for en route as we trundled along in our old Morris van, whatever it was. And one of the questions was to do with the aqueduct, and I was amazed because as we passed under, a narrowboat was going above, and I couldn't believe that as a child, that this boat was on water going above me. And so that sort of set a marker in my head, I think. And I've always looked at this aqueduct every time I've come down this road, and I never really thought that I would be a person on top going over, and now I am, and that's a real pleasure and an honour. So this was Thomas Telford's, one of his last aqueducts that he built. This was in 1832. Actually in the 1960s, the road beneath the aqueduct was lowered by 4 feet to allow for taller vehicles. So yeah. I'll just leave you with this, because this is a very important aqueduct for me personally. Thank you for indulging me. Sorry to bore you. See you on the next film. Bye bye.